Welcome to World Transits Today. I'm Art Granoff at referenceastrology.com. Starting in January 2024 is my introductory course to archetypal astrology, Picture an Hourglass. More information at Reference Astrology and at the end of this video. So today, I'm going to show the December 2023 World Transits in Archetypal Astrology. Let's start off with the outer planet transits. We have Uranus trine Pluto for 10 years. Uranus represents BPM 4, the death rebirth experience, and Pluto, BPM 3, the death rebirth struggle. We have Uranus sextile Neptune for close to 8 years. Uranus representing freedom and liberation, and Neptune representing the transcendent. That seems okay to me. And then for 7 years, we have Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto together, changing shifts, revolutions of culture and spirit. Best to focus on your inner work. Uranus liberates Neptune's imagination and sense of unity, being cared for. Facing our underworld, Pluto transforms through time. The shadow is confusion or possession. If you reference Cosmos and Psyche by Rick Tarnas, read the Epochs of Revolution about Uranus and Pluto, page 139, and Awakenings of Spirit and Soul, Uranus-Neptune, page 253. I just reread them this week, and that's why I'm recommending it. And one new major outer planet transit coming in this spring for 3 years. Saturn conjunct Neptune. Saturn restricts or strengthens, and Neptune is unity or delusion. Time to actualize Saturn, what's ideal, Neptune. And the shadow, of course, is getting lost between opposite impulses. That wouldn't happen to any of us. Here's the December 2023 inner planet world transits. And we can see right here the transit clusters. Let's take a look at the individual planets that are transiting this month. Let's start with the sun. We've got the sun square Neptune. We've got the sun conjunct Mercury, the sun sextile Saturn, and the sun trine Jupiter. You see right here, from December 7th to the 26th, it's the sun square Neptune. And then from December 18th to January 6th, it's sun trine Jupiter. Now, if we put them together, we have a sun, Jupiter, and Neptune field. If Jupiter expands and Neptune is unity or dissolves, what could that be? It could be an expansion of unity, expansion of oneness, expansion of undifferentiated consciousness, or Neptune can provide delusion as well when things seem a certain way, but they ain't got no legs. They don't hold up through time. So from December 18th through the 26th, it's Sun, Jupiter, Neptune. It's a good time for expanding thy consciousness. How about Mercury? December 2023 Mercury transits. We notice we have Mercury trine Jupiter right there. The end of November to the end of January for 2 months. Again, Jupiter expands and Mercury is the mind or communication. So it could be a good time for learning, for educating oneself, doing some training of some kind, communicating in a big way. And also, Mercury square Neptune from mid-November through mid-January for 6 weeks. Neptune is the imagination, Mercury the mind. Good time to whip up some new stuff. And then for a couple of months, it's Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune together. If we look further, we notice the Sun and Mercury transits for December 2023. Mercury thinks, Jupiter expands whatever it touches, and Neptune is what's ideal. So, with our Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune field or chord, we could successfully expand our intellect through harmonious states of consciousness. Our imagination could become unleashed. Hey, what's on your mind? Meditation, art, music, some poetry. And also, Mercury can get lost overthinking, shadow side. And Jupiter may get too big or fall offline. Neptune's shadow side is delusion. Here comes Venus, 2023, December 2023. Lots of Venus transits. Look at this, 7 Venus transits through December. I've got it in 2 parts. The first part right here, this cluster would be Venus square Pluto, Venus trine Saturn, and Venus opposite Jupiter. Well, with Venus Pluto, if Venus is our heart, love, beauty, paradise, and also our wounding, so Venus with Pluto can be open heart with intensity, power struggles. The nature of Pluto always wants to be on top. You see here the death rebirth struggle. Now, after that struggle, okay, and getting out, when you get agitated, man, you're fighting death rebirth time with Pluto. Venus with Saturn. Saturn restricts or strengthens, but in the birth canal, just restricts. Okay. So you could think of Venus with Saturn as love restricted, can't quite get what you want, or can be Saturn can strengthen or structure. So it could be the happy couple, the motif being the 2 happy old people stirring the oatmeal together around the kitchen. And Venus opposite Jupiter for 18 days right there. Jupiter expands the heart, big open heart, Venus, Jupiter. Pretty good. And now we have the second part right here, the second trench of Venus transits here. Venus Uranus, Venus trine Neptune, Venus sextile Pluto, and Venus with Saturn. Now, we might say that this is a giant chord. Venus, our heart, with the outer planets, our personal feelings with the cosmos. Stay with it. Do some meditation. See what happens. Then we have Mars. Mars is force, drive, and tenacity. Also too strong or in your face. From the end, mid-November to early December, almost a month, it's Mars square Saturn. As we know, again, Saturn restricts and Mars is force. So it's force meets resistance. Good for sparks flying, good for fights. Also, good for really digging your heels in and doing great work with lots of tenacity and happening. Then we have Mars square Neptune coming in mid-month till January. Neptune, again, imagination, Mars, action or will. So they're opposites. Okay, the way I learned Mars and Neptune was the motif of the Aikido master or martial arts master, where someone is running at you full force, ready to get you, and you just kind of move aside and let them go by. So try that as a metaphor. And then also Mars square Jupiter. Jupiter expands, Mars will. There's a couple of ways to look at it. I have a Jupiter and Mars conjunction in my chart, and I didn't used to understand it too well because I just didn't. Because I thought of Mars as just being mad and my strong will, and Jupiter expands. But through time and working with these things, I've realized that my will can be a generous outpouring. It can be with my will for us, for everyone, for a better world, maybe. So Jupiter with Mars can be generous work coming from the depth of you. Okay. And so Mars with Jupiter and Neptune could refer to big open change of consciousness and then doing something about it. December 2023 Jupiter transits. Okay, from last April, pretty long time ago, until February, 9 months or so, it's Jupiter square Pluto. Again, lots of Jupiter. Jupiter expands, brings success, and Pluto is some type of transformation, something that you go through. You start out one way, and then you end up another way, hopefully for the best. Jupiter square Pluto. And also Jupiter opposite Uranus. And this one came in the summer of 2023 and is leaving in the summer of 2024. Talking about big Promethean breakthroughs, big expansion of the Promethean impulse towards change. So the two of them together for a long time, from July to February 2024, it's time for immediate substantial breakthroughs, an epic transformation. And the shadow may highlight changes towards inflation or hubris. December 2023 transits. The new moon, December 12th, and the full moon, December 26th. The sun's my outward personality, me, who I am, also too much me, too sunny. And the moon is my inner person, my inner personality, family, feelings, emotions, whether I have comfort there or not. The new moon, it's a good time for personal reflection, quiet cosmic introspection. And the full moon, bright and sunny, great for connection, celebration. So there it is, the December 2023 world transits. Not all of them, but many. Closing out this year, hope you had a great year, and we're looking forward to 2024 to be substantial as well. And if you want to start it off with a great note, take my course, Picture an Hourglass, 4-week course. And here comes the brochure. Happy New Year, everybody. See you in 2024. Want to synthesize Stan Grof's extended cartography of the psyche with archetypal astrology? If so, this course may be for you. Picture an Hourglass, 4-week course. Learn archetypal astrology basics with your chart. 4 online classes, January 2024. Learn to read your chart in Archetypal Explorer. Learn the birth chart, world transits and personal transits. Receive a birth chart reading with me, Art Granoff. 4 online classes, January 2024. Class 1, it's the birth chart with Archetypal Explorer. Learn world transits. Take the Archetypal Explorer tour. Class 2, personal transits. Learn to read your personal transits in Archetypal Explorer. Class 3, it's the 4 basic perinatal matrices with the outer planets. Study outer planet cycles from Cosmos and Psyche. Class 4, review, discussion, and questions. Here's the pre-course reading. Get these books and dig in. It's The Way of the Psychonaut by Stan Grof. Cosmos and Psyche, Richard Tarnas. The Archetypal Universe by Ren Butler. Now, you don't have to read the whole book initially, just a few sections that I lay out to reference this course. And also, download Archetypal Explorer demo. Study the planetary glyphs, get to know them. And continue your studies here with Cosmos and Psyche, Way of the Psychonaut, and the Archetypal Universe. Now, if you want to discuss anything with me before registering, send me an email at referenceastrology gmail.com. So there it is, the brochure for Picture an Hourglass 4-week course. 4 classes, January 2024, to synthesize Stanislav Grof's extended maps of the psyche with archetypal astrology. Thank you. Hope to see you in January.